The Caribbean Tourism Organization promotes regional tourism as Carifesta 15 moves into day 5. Barbados pushing its tourism brand to Caribbean travel advisors. Guyana begins expansion of the national airport, and in sports, Barbados under-17s get win number 1 in the CWI 50 over.
The headline news is brought to you by Carifesta 15, Caribbean Roots, Global Excellence.
Broadcasting from our studios in the Pine St. Michael, this is CBC NewsNight, starting now.
Good evening, I'm Pearson Bowen. Tourism, agriculture, music, food and film. Those topics were the highlights of Carifesta 15 here in Barbados as we moved into day number 5 at the various venues. CBC's special coverage of the festival continues from the Grand Market, where Orticia Hines is standing by to join us with the stories and the talking points of the day.
Good evening, Pearson, and good evening to all of our viewers. Now, in addition to culture, music, and education, Day 3 of Carifesta 15 highlighted tourism, food, and agriculture at the Grand Market. The Caribbean Tourism Organization used the day to promote regional tourism and highlight the importance of growing what we eat. Our Deandra Roberts reports.
Shoulder to shoulder, that's how it felt today as the region came together at the Grand Market for Carifesta 15. Some came to browse, others to shop, some for the entertainment. Exhibitors like the Caribbean Tourism Organization, the CTO, came with a message: green your space and remain sustainable. Marvel Seeley is CTO's executive assistant and office manager.
In this corner, we have the Sustainable Tourism Corner, and we are actually pledging, we have a great encouraging persons to green their space, where we give them seeds, so it could be a carrot seed or it could be lettuce seeds and so forth, helping them to understand the importance of sustainability. Because when you think about sustainability, you're looking at the present and not compromising the future.
A group from Ontario, Canada is sharing in the celebration. Founder and executive director of Developing Young Leaders of Tomorrow and Today in the Black Diplomat Academy, Candice Kachapaw, says their visit is an eye-opener of Caribbean culture.
We have been on the island here in Barbados since last Thursday, taking in the sights, learning about the cultures of the Caribbean region, as well as understanding how culture comes together surrounding the Sustainable Development Goals, and how big conversations, sharing about our history, sharing about our culture, sharing about policy and AI and all of those different instruments for influence come together to shape our world.
The CBC team also caught up with Kerry Belgrave, a member of the Barbados Literary Arts Delegation, after a workshop he conducted. He said it was well received.
I just conducted a workshop exploring the intricacies, the linguistic intricacies of Eric Lewis's Saturday Night, and it was a phenomenal experience sharing that with all of the persons from the Caribbean. They participated really well, and it was amazing to see how we share a common language and a common culture in spite of the fact that we live on different islands.
And of course, the music kept spirits high. Sweet DJ music from Trinidad and Tobago and the sweet sound of steel pan on stage created a lively vibe. Later this evening at the village, it will be country nights for Haiti and St. Martin. It's expected to be a grand time. Deandra Roberts, CBC News.
Well, the fragrance, aromas of delicacies and the vibrant sounds of steel pan music created quite the atmosphere at the Grand Market last night as Antigua celebrated their special night, marking the continuation of the 15th edition of Carifesta. The culinary team ignited the grill to showcase a crowd favorite, the Barbuda lobster. Many waited patiently to savor the delectable seafood. Among them was Barbados Home Affairs and Information Minister Wilfred Abrams, who could not resist joining in on the feast.
The culinary team fired up the grill with a fan favorite, the Barbuda lobster. Folk did not mind the wait to get their hands on the scrumptious lobster. Barbados' Home Affairs and Information Minister Wilfred Abrams was among those who took a bite of the seafood.
It's your Miss Antigua, Kia Kerwan, saw me struggling with the fork, and she said to me, no, you cannot eat the lobster like that. You need to just get down and dirty, eat it with your hands. So, let's go.
The Barbuda lobster.
This is worth every minute of the wait. Kia, thank you so much for that tip.
There's definitely something for everyone, and discussions on various topics are very much a major part of the festival. They're being billed big conversations, but one held yesterday was called a Carifesta 15 Fireside Chat with Ava DuVernay, an award-winning director, producer, and screenwriter. It was during that session at the Hilton Barbados Resort that a call was made for Barbados to situate itself as a serious film player in that industry. It came from Prime Minister Mia Motley, who says it is for this reason Cabinet made the decision last week to purchase the historical digital records of Banyan Productions, which captured the archives of 40 years of Caribbean experiences. She urged young filmmakers to tell their Caribbean stories.
As a young girl about to turn 60, I say to you all, it is your world. And I want forever to be young, but I'm conscious that like you have to keep exercising to keep moving. So honestly though, this is your world, and the majority of people as I scan the room are young people. And you have the stories to tell. And previous generations had other battles. They didn't have access to the technology that you have. Tell the story and let us at our level fight the battles of distribution and scale and promotion, and we promise to do that.
Now, working on groundbreaking films like Selma and 13th, the legendary DuVernay shared insights on the film, culture, and creative courage while encouraging the next generation.
The best story is the story that you want to tell, that you want to tell, that you will do, even if you weren't being paid. You know what I mean? That's the best story. And so for me, luckily, I've been able to cultivate those kinds of films through independence, through my entrepreneurial efforts, so that I'm less someone's handing me a script and I'm just doing it, and more from I am on fire to do this. Even with Selma, it fell into my lap, but because of my family history with Alabama, because of my education and studying the period, I felt very much like I said, this is mine to do. And you have to feel that every time.
And Carifesta 15 is a way to strengthen cultural links between Barbados and Cuba. That's according to Cuba's ambassador to Barbados, Janet Sable Cardenas. She says they currently have a delegation of 49 people on island in different areas, including music, visual art, fashion, and literature. Ambassador Cardenas was speaking as a guest on CBC's Morning Barbados that came live from the Grand Market today.
It's a great opportunity for the Cuban to show the value of the arts that we do in Cuba, and at the same time to exchange with the Barbadian artists here. So Cuba is very honored to be here and to share with the Barbadian artists this opportunity to enrich the cultural values that both countries are.
Also on Morning Barbados, we heard that Thursday has been designated as Wellness Day for Carifesta 15. Coordinator Dr. Derek Murray is calling on all those who are in Barbados for the regional festival to pause in the midst of the activities to think about wellness for the entire day.
We have 4 major activities to start with on Thursday at 12 noon. We are looking at the artists and grant funding in a session called Make It Make Sense, which is going to be at the Hilton Resort, and they're looking at grant funding. So if you know anything about art and artists, funding is very important to their wellness, because very often they lead very stressful lives without the resources. And then at 2 o'clock, we have a conversation about bush teas,
No, you're talking Antoine's staff.
Yeah, so there's going to be a big talk. So it's called Bush Teas and Big Talk.
Yes, nice.
That'll be at the Botanical Gardens at 2 o'clock. And it's about building Caribbean wellness.
Yes.
At 2 o'clock as well, we have a conversation about, and most of this is about the wellness of the creatives, right? It's called Still Life, Real Pain. And
I get that connection.
So at 2 o'clock at Hastings, the first session is at 2, and it's called Canvas Collapse. And then the second session is at 4 o'clock. Still called Still Life, Real Pain, but it's called You See Me? And that is about burnout and being a creative.
Well, Pearson, those are our special reports from day 5 of Carifesta from the Grand Market. You started us bright and early this morning with Morning Barbados. I know you will be back tomorrow to get the day going, but we've had a good time. Belize had their country night. We also have St. Martin coming up, and Haiti, as well as Suriname. So there's still time to come out to the Grand Market. It goes until 12 o'clock. Also on tonight, the super concert for jazz. That's at the Richard Stout Amphitheater. That's it from us.
Minister of Tourism and International Transport Ian Gooding-Edgehill is leading a Barbados delegation at the American Society of Travel Advisors Caribbean Showcase 2025. The travel showcase is being hosted at Sandals, South Coast, Jamaica, and will conclude tomorrow. That event brings together leading travel advisors, industry partners, and media representatives for an immersive experience in Caribbean tourism. Minister Gooding-Edgehill says with more than 335 travel advisors at that event, it is the ideal opportunity to promote the country. He says it's absolutely necessary to continue to grow Barbados' tourism sector.
We're very pleased with our performance coming out to the United States market. As you would recall, Barbados has seen an increase in airlift capacity of the United States in excess of 60,000 seats coming into the destination. And we believe that our continued presence at these meetings with ASTA would even help Barbados to be promoted by the travel advisors who know and understand the business.
Meanwhile, the President and Chief Executive Officer of ASTA, Zane Kirby, says members are being educated in all that the Caribbean has to offer. He says while they have not done any research on Barbados specifically, roughly 200 to 300,000 Americans visit annually.
The reason that it's important to talk to travel advisors is that they often will steer their clients, and they understand, they ask qualifying questions, and then they talk, and then they recommend where a person should go, where a family should go, where a honeymoon should be, where an anniversary trip should be. So it's important to influence these influencers. The travel advisor is the original influencer. And so it's important for not only the minister to be here, but for Barbados to talk to travel advisors on a regular basis to make sure that we are aware of all that Barbados has to offer and anything that's on the activity schedule that might be of interest to our members here in the United States.
The Government Analytical Services is welcoming new equipment to revive its soil testing program. Director Dr. Beverly Wood says soil testing was once vibrant but slowed over the years. Now farmers are once again showing interest. That equipment comes through the Caribbean Small Island Developing States Soil Care Phase 1 project, funded by the Global Environment Facility and supported by the FAO.
It seems to be that soil has now become a sexy thing again. Because we have not been doing a lot of soil work, we were not receiving a lot of samples from farmers, but along with the Soil Care Project, we recognize that a lot of farmers have been coming to us asking for soil testing. And therefore then the soil equipment will help to improve or add to the suite of equipment that we have already.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of the Environment and National Beautification, Green and Blue Economy, David Leacock, says the handover is timely and sets the stage for greater regional collaboration. He notes people often see dirt but don't understand its value. Mr. Leacock says Phase 2 of the soil care program will build on these gains and help create stronger agricultural foundations.
Having just joined the ministry, as Antoine mentioned, I had a crash course and reading the report yesterday. I saw exactly just how much dirt, how much work goes into dirt when it comes to this program. As someone said, you know, we see it and we say dirt, but we don't understand the intricacies of what it takes for us to maintain the soil in a condition that is fit for us to ensure that we as a generation and the ones that come after us are also having necessary things in place to ensure that our agriculture industry is a strong one going forward.
The Togetherness Group is once again making a difference in the lives of young Barbadians. The organization hosted its annual back-to-school drive targeting students transitioning to secondary school. That event provided much-needed supplies, mentorship and inspiration. Deanza Roberts has a story.
Smiles and gratitude filled the room as the Togetherness Group hosted its annual school give-back program. The initiative focuses on students making the big step from primary to secondary school, ensuring they start their journey equipped and inspired. Organizers say the program continues to grow each year, helping to shape tomorrow's leaders. President of the group is Senator Pat Paris.
As we congratulate each and every one of them, make them feel comfortable, you have our support. Okay? We want to give you some words of encouragement that will be charting the course because you are going into a different environment. No more primary school. You're now big boys and big girls, but you will still stay focused. So we're charting the course. Your future starts now.
Among those inspiring the young minds was Speaker of the House of Assembly, His Honor Arthur Holder, who is a longtime friend and supporter of the group. He made this promise to the students.
You can get a chance to see that the majority of people in Parliament come from the same backgrounds that you all come from. I come from that background. That's why that's an undertaking, not a promise. That's an undertaking that gives to all your students. I can bring you in Parliament so you can see. So you can see that it is possible to rise from the poorest person and to reach the highest office in this land, and it can be done. I'm one of the persons who have done it.
Former Assistant Commissioner of Police Sylvester Louis urged the children to respect and listen to their parents.
Guys, the sky's the limit for all of you. All of us in here who are older than you were as young as you are today. And they probably heard these stories. Our stories will not be as different from other persons before or coming after. The sky's the limit for all of you. I just want you to listen to your parents. Respect your parents. Respect the laws of this country. And they're not difficult.
Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
The Barbados Coast Guard has confirmed it is conducting a joint search and rescue operation for a missing fisherman. Yesterday, Chief Fisheries Officer Dr. Shelley-Ann Cox sent out an SOS to fishermen of Barbados to help find one of their own. Dr. Cox says they received a report that the fishing vessel Boy Blue 1 capsized on Sunday evening off the harbour wall. One fisherman was rescued while another is still missing. She urged those who can aid in that search to contact Dock Master McAndrew Otley. A St. John man has been charged with perjury. He is Trevon Omar Richards, 31, of Colleton Land. When he appeared before Chief Magistrate Ian Weeks today in the District A Criminal Court, Richards wasn't required to plead to the indictable offence related to the matter of the State versus Gabriel Haid of April the 11th. Richards was granted $15,000 bail with one surety. He returns to court on the 24th of November.
Sports Night, brought to you with the compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL.
Time for sports now, and I'm already being schooled in the colors that she's wearing tonight. She's wearing coral. Good evening, Anne-Marie.
Good evening, Pearson, and I hope you had a wonderful day.
You're welcome. Now, Barbados, they defeated Ghana by 7 wickets via the DLS method in the West Indies Rising Stars men's on the 1750 over championship in Trinidad and Tobago today. In a match reduced to 32 overs per side at the Ishan Ali Park due to rain, Justin Parr snapped up 3 for 16, Rafael Lovell 2 for 11, and Asher Branford 2 for 24, as Ghana were limited to 105 all out in 27.5 overs. In reply, Barbados under 17s reached 108 for 3 in 20 overs. Captain Gaston Bowen said for an unbeaten 50 off 46 balls, and all that included 3 4s and 2 6s. Here are the highlights.
Oh, this one is off the top edge. A bit of misjudgment by the fine leg fielder. Eventually settles himself on there. That's Clark out there. Short and off the outside edge again, and this time it's too straight for that third man fielder to come around and cut off. Oh, loud appeal. Umpire Colessa is unmoved until he isn't. Ooh, and that's lovely bowling from Hetmeyer. Outside line of the off stump, sent by the umpire. Going and no protection out there. Long off will try to come around, but very, very straight. Again looking to go on an outside edge. Emmanuel Lewis has to go. Lovell looking to play it backward of point, trying to come through for that single and a direct hit. What a piece of fielding. Oh, and that's a beautiful delivery. Oh, loud appeal and signal loud by the umpire. Played very well with him. Oh, and goes for the big shot now. Long on is interested and completes a very good catch in the end. Oh, looking to go big, and back inside he has to go. Micah Amsterdam. If he has bash. Oh, that's a good delivery and signal out by umpire Ashif. That'll be the end of that. This one goes straight through the keeper, straight into the boundary ropes for 4. Oh, this is aerial, straight to that fielder at mid-on, and an excellent catch. He almost misjudged it for a second.
Ken, there it is. That's a shot. Gets it through. Marbury Ken over pitching. He has been over pitching almost every delivery, and that's into the boundary for 4.
1s and 2s. Be
He's
available
bowled
in
him.
that area.
He's bowled him comprehensively. Sammy's driving down the ground. That's 6 runs. Oh, it's a lovely shot inside out, over the top into the boundary for 4. And that's it. Lovely half century.
Convincing, comprehensive, and cunning from Bowens, catapulting Barbados to a very speedy victory in the end.
Now, St. Philip is headed to the final of the Barbados Community Cricket Program's Block T20 League. They secured their spot with a 4-wicket win over St. Lucie in the first semi-final, played at Briar Hall last night. Led by 3 for 15 from Stephon Griffith, they held St. Lucie to 125 for 9 off their 20 overs. Here's a look at that innings. Invited to bat first, the boys from the North, St. Lucie set to task to put a competitive total on the board, and Shamario De Pisa got the match's first boundary. De Pisa then switched sides and faced Kamari Griffith and lifted this one straight to the ropes. But the very next delivery, Griffith took revenge. De Pisa hits high and hard looking for the 6, but instead it was right into the hands of Kevion Newton, a breakthrough for St. Philip. De Pisa made 9, St. Lucie 13 for 1. That brought Javonte Payne Clark to the crease, and he nearly spent all but a few seconds as Newton could not hold on to it. That was the first big one, a 6. But after quickly racking up 18 runs, Payne Clark was given his walking papers, edging and being caught behind by wicketkeeper Latrell Griffith. St. Lucie 34 for 2. Kareem Coulter came to the crease and announced his presence by turning this one to the boundary. However, another wicket would tumble. Achilles Brown hits out in commanding style, but there to catch it was Shamari Gittins. More celebration for St. Philip. St. Lucie now there with 3 wickets down and 38 runs on the board. Coulter was still there fighting the fight. It clears the ropes. 6. Deshaun Topping had joined him and caught the boundary fever. With power, he added 4 more to the cause. But Topping's stay was brief, hitting out to the long off region, but right there was Newton. It's now 62 for 4. Very next ball, trouble for the Northern boys. Tennyson Roach bowls Thierry Archer. It's 62 for 5. Wicket 6 follows soon after. Mario Samuel caught behind by keeper Greenwich. It's 65 for 6. The boys from the east in command. But Cozier was in business mode, still there and still firing out the ground for a maximum. But he'll lose another teammate. Tajay Clark is stumped to make it 73 for 7. And it was all downhill from here. Devon Clark is caught by Rashawn Ramsey, 75 for 8. 2 balls later, Ricardo Boyce would join him as he too hit right into Ramsey's hands to make it 75 for 9. Through it all, Cozier was still standing and still pressing ahead, up, and over the ropes. As he lasted out the innings to end unbeaten on 68, St. Lucie posting 125 for 9 in their 20 overs. St. Philip needs 126 to win.
Let's look at business now. A perceived lack of mustard-based hot sauces in the condiment market has inspired Marcus Aline to create Untamed Hot Sauce to fill a gap in the local market. Aline talked about his motivation during the recent Youth Entrepreneurship Scheme's Hayman's Market St. Peter Business Tour. His venture aims to offer consumers a new spicy condiment option. Trevor Thorpe visited that booth for a first-hand look and taste.
Creator and owner of Untamed Hot Sauce, Marcus Aline, tells the Yes Business Report he was concerned for the industry in Barbados. In fact, when he discovered that there was only a limited amount of mustard-based hot sauces available, he jumped into the fray. He says all the Untamed hot sauces have a Barbados theme, and he is encouraged with the acceptance in the marketplace.
That also goes back if more expanding the different condiments here. So of course, it will still be Barbados theme, being that it's made here, but it would have different variety,
He said to deliver a quality product is not an easy task of bringing productions to fruition, and he took a deep dive into the composition of the different sauces.
This one is my original, also my bestseller. It's a tomato base. It has roasted aromatics, then a 3 peppers smoked over applewood. I also have this one. This one I made for people who can't handle heat as much. This one is the sweet chili, hot intentions. It has dark rum, going back with Barbados theme. It has dark rum, it has Bajan cherries, then it's simmered with pineapple, cinnamon, and bay leaf. Right. Then these two, these are my 2 new ones. These are also my hottest ones. The reason for this size is because the ingredients are a bit hard to get on the island. This one is the chimichurri, spicy chimichurri. It has different things like oregano, parsley, but it also has ghost peppers, second hottest one. Then I also have this one, which is unmerciful. This one is the spicy teriyaki. It has authentic Chinese ingredients, which is like soy sauce. It has rice wine vinegar, and it also has Carolina Reapers. So this is actually my second bestseller right now.
He says Untamed is getting around, and he expects the young business to grow further as he is pointed to be among the new cohorts of Yes.
Demand is getting there. I have it here on Hayman's Market, I have it in Clifton, I have it in Runway, Duty Free, trying to get into Imart, and I'm also trying to get into Mindful Market.
And Mr. Aline is not resting on his laurels and is looking to spread his wings.
I'm also looking to start exporting soon. I had a meeting with Sports Barbados earlier this week, so we'll be looking to get this pepper sauce and also a hot honey that I'm actually collaborating with High Point Farm.
The creator of the new hot sauce says of 6 flavors in the works, as it is his dream to be the leader in the local and regional market. Trevor Thorpe for the Yes Business Report.
Protect the essence of what we have in tradition. The message was contained in a presentation at the Hotel Palmarine today from Ghanaian nutritionist Celeste Atadika at a workshop entitled From Fufu to Kuku, Tradition Meets Innovation. During her presentation, she drew attention to the evolution of the dish.
We've got maize meal, we've got okra, the palm oil was replaced with butter, bringing that all together. And what we had in abundance was flying fish. We moved to Antigua, so we've got fungi, we've got maize meal again, we've got okra, but we've got pepper pot from rations that were coming in and salted fish that we were given. And we added the greens. The greens, when you look at the greens that are cooked with pepper pot, it's very similar to the cocoa yam leaves that we use in Ghana. Whether it would be something called, in Ghana we would call it palava sauce, whether it's the greens that we would have with egusi, you see it there.
Well, she told the audience cookery traditions in the region were influenced from country to country with elements from the Dutch before it met variants introduced in Trinidad.
Sports Night, brought to you with the compliments of Great Health Works, agents for Omega XL.
Well, several of those hot stories happen in sports. We're joined once again by Anne-Marie Burke.
Yes, Spirit, so we have some good news from some international competitions, starting with the fact that defending champions Barbados finished second this time around at the 2025 Carifesta Triathlon and Aquathlon Championships in Tobago. The Barbados Federation of Island Triathletes copped 6 gold medals in the process, led by siblings Luke and Layla McIntyre, who each won 2 individual events. Luke delivered double gold in the 16 to 19 male triathlon and aquathlon, while Layla won both the 13 to 15 female triathlon and aquathlon. The mixed relay A team of Ali Banfield, Finn Armstrong, Layla and Luke McIntyre were also in first place, while first-time competitor Zachary Ladipo impressed with a gold medal performance in the aquathlon. Barbados finished behind the new Carifesta team champions, Belize. It was a tough day at the office for Team Barbados at the Senior Squash Championships in Rio, Brazil. The top local women's doubles pair of Megan Bess and Margot Pro lost to the Mexican pair of Diana Garcia Ferro and Ana Gaitan in the round of 16 at 2-1. Meanwhile, in the mixed doubles, the Barbadian team of Amanda Hayward and Sean Simpson lost to Antonio Vera and Camilo Cifuentes of Chile 2-0. Then the men's doubles pair of Darian Ben and Kamal Kamabach didn't have any success against Diego Gobi and Pedro Mometo of Brazil either, losing in 2 straight. Well, Julian Michael Jackson White and Mosiah Williams are among the players advancing to the Barbados Road Tennis Open round of 32, which begins tonight in Bush Hall. CBC's Anmar Goodrich Boyce reports on some of the winners in the just concluded round of 64.
First match featured Mosa Williams in the orange, taking on Shabir Greenwich. From the start, Williams laying down the law, impressive. Greenwich took some time to get into the match, but did eventually wins this point with style and grace. This proved to be a good rally between both players. Greenwich pulling out the forehand shots, no answer on this occasion from Williams. Williams benefited from unforced errors from Greenwich. This time he finds the net. And Williams took the first game 21-15 as Greenwich hit this one long and out. The second game started just like how the first ended. Greenwich out again. The signs of frustration were kicking in for Greenwich, while Williams stayed calm and cool. Similar result here. There was no way back for Greenwich at this stage. Match point to Williams, and he finishes it off in style to win 21-15, 21-14. The next match featured Kurt Allen back in the screen versus veteran Julian Michael Jackson White. It promised to be a mouth-watering contest, and from the get-go, Allen meant business. Allen started well but struggled when White attacked his backhand. This was a prime example, the return too long. White was finally warmed up and started to take the game to Allen, forcing the opponent to dump this into the net. Though competitive, the first game went to White 21-12. Nice rally before White produces this, a gem. Allen could only stop and stare. That was simply impressive. Second game now, switch of ends, and Allen again beginning well. White on the back foot, that was a powerful shot. But White responded well. Allen put the ball right in his range, and White went down the middle. No answer for this. The quality of road tennis on this play was high. Look at this, White with the forehand winner. Somebody should clap for that. However, Allen was going nowhere often putting White in uncomfortable positions, unable to return on this occasion. It wasn't easy, but Aline stuck to the task at hand and forced White to find the net here to take the game 21-11. But Aline could not stage the comeback, and in the final game, White went on to win 21-18. And more Goodrich boys, CBC Sports.
Well, that's our time tonight. Thank you for spending it with us. I'm Pearson Bowen for the crew. To all of you, good night. By the will of the Lord, we'll see you tomorrow.